by tradition.
Hold
And that
tight.
is hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Next thing, Tottenham are whipping boys for Liverpool. You lot ain't beat us in how long? So look at your face. So when I
I'm about to run.
they forget about when the council is going to take the fridge.
Oh, for real? When there was a little car park out front. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's hold
Liverpool. As much as we can talk about Mane is a good player, Salah's a good player, they're just not the X factor, bro. Don't forget about it.
Boom. Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. I'm joined by a few good brothers. You know what it is. The A-team. What's good? You bless? Everyone cool?
We alive.
Everyone bless. Everyone icy. Listen, without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, man. Show is presented by Manscaped. 20% off STTV. I'm not going to do too much promo, but what I did learn, or what I did realize is, it's called Manscaped. But I'm pretty sure women can use it as well. Obviously, we're exclusive. Of
course.
Yeah, so like, yeah. It's,
the ladies get hairy too.
Exactly. So women, buy it for your significant other. Buy it for yourself.
Christmas is coming.
Real talk.
That's a perfect Christmas gift. Easy, right there, man.
So make sure you cop that. But let's take it away. Hold tight the 3-point collectors in the room.
Rejoice.
Hold tight the clean sheet collectors. This I know he's cheered up because he's actually clapping. I thought he was just gonna sit. I thought he was gonna sit down like this.
We'll get into these.
Hold tight the participants wherever you are. Hold tight the attacking fullbacks, the union you've popularized.
Is that the celebration? Yeah, I see bare Premier League players do that. He's gonna screenshot that every time and be like, "Yo, it's my brothers."
So childish.
My set.
Is then your hold tights are missing?
Nah, bro.
Get better soon to Aguero. It's not hold tight, but you
heart little issue.
Heart.
Okay.
Apparently he's got a heart issue, like he was breathing heavy in the pitch. Hold tight the teams that are sacking managers. That needs to be sacked.
Sacking managers or due to be sacked?
No. Well, the ones that have actually done it. Because Barca done it. So we're gonna hold tight them. And yeah, let's take it away. Obviously, we had the stoppage time classico. El Sacico, El Dodico.
That's a better one.
El
Dodico, bro.
And it was between you two teams. So I don't know who wants to start it off between you. I think maybe we let Fuad go.
Bruv. In totality, for me, I was there for the watching it with the Robbie's watch along.
Hold tight, Robbie.
For me, one of the worst 3-0s I've watched from a quality aspect anyway. I thought the game, nobody could really take control of it. And it was one of them kind of chaotic games where you can see it was two teams that are struggling for form, two teams that are struggling for confidence, and it literally presented that. But my God, when you talk about this Tottenham team, I'm tired of, repeating. It feels like I'm coming in saying the same thing week in, week out about spineless and gutless performances, bro. And everybody wants to look at the team and say like, oh, is it the manager? Is it the player? I keep saying it's both. Nobody can dodge the blame here. From the back line being split by simple 1 or 2 passes from guys like Matic, bro. Like Højbjerg and Skip can't keep the ball between themselves for the second goal. Like basic things. I can't remember how many times we maybe popped more than 4 passes together. Were there any times as a United you lot felt like we were threatening or had control in the game? We couldn't do anything.
Was it another game of no shots on target?
What is it? First time since 2013, I think.
You had no shots on target, yeah?
No shots on target the whole game. This is what I'm saying. Like, I think Son got the closest where he skied it from like 2 meters out.
The touch was good though, but
the touch was nice. But then it's like them kind of positions you got to take.
You got to hit target at least.
You had the disallowed goal that come right after that with Romero, and then it was like nothing after that, nothing. And it's the same thing. The midfield is poor in creating. Midfield can't hold the ball. Kane, I'm sorry. The brother is not interested. And I know I said by the end of November, I'm going to start worrying. And we got cases open. We got cases wide open here. Draw for the foul. Draw for the...
Let me review the paperwork.
Hey, listen. It is,
right here.
bro.
Let's see what's going on.
It's getting worrying. It's getting worrying.
Case note. Oh my goodness. Bro, where's his attorneys, man?
These case notes are insane.
I'm seeing obituaries on the back. I don't want to be seeing him there. I don't want to be seeing him there, please.
Yo, this is not good,
These
bro.
case notes are looking.
And I heard interesting what you were saying on Proofs in the Puds yesterday, where you were saying, like, for a club that's given him a lot, for you to give this kind of return when you're getting the minutes, you're starting week in, week out, it's poor, bro.
He's made, for me, he's made Spurs worse now.
You're actually stinking up the
team.
place. And it's like, it's not just like you're disgracing yourself, you're disgracing the club as well when you're just putting up these stinkers after stinkers, big game after big game, you're going missing. It's like, how many kickstarts do you need? And I said I'm all for giving him a month to 2 months, get your respite or whatever, but bro, Lindelof, and I give Ollie some credit as well. I think with the shape change with the three at the back just gave you like extra bit of security. Where we struggled to create anyway, it just guarantees nothing. But he is now so desperate. He's going left wing, right wing.
Left wing.
He's dropping deeper than ever to just get involved in the play. And I'm like, we're not helping him, but he's not helping himself either. No. So it's like everyone's stinking the place up.
Yeah, you know, before the season started, like we didn't want to make too much of a fuss with it, but I was certainly one of the people that was saying that the whole sort of Nuno and Kane relationship, I don't know if it's got off to the best start with this whole thing. The man just saying, I don't know where he is. It just feels very weird. You've got a man who seems to be out of his, if we're going to be real, I think he's out of his depth. Don't get me wrong. I feel like with Wolves, the sort of facility it was, everything around it, you can be in control to a certain extent. No one's bigger above you. There's no overarching sort of expectancy of what you need to do.
Yeah.
You now come into a position where the club's in a torrid time. You've got signings like Ndombele, 65 million. How much is Lo Celso?
50 million.
50 million.
Which gets ignored a lot as well. Absolute dud.
50 million. Bergwijn. Someone put it was an incorrect stat, but Bergwijn's sort of contribution since he's been at Spurs.
1 goal in 51 games.
I think that stat is wrong, but his biggest contribution
it wouldn't be far off, I'm telling you. 2 goals maybe?
Just against United, didn't it? He scored against Spurs.
Scored against United, I think City as well.
I think that was a great finish, but apart from that, I've not seen much.
Last season he didn't do anything.
I think he's probably done more running for Court's merch than he's done on the pitch. Like he's not been what he's supposed to be, and it's like, to a certain extent, when I look at the situation, hindsight is beautiful, but you wouldn't put this manager to go in that sort of situation.
But that's why he was 14th choice, bro.
100%.
Like, as much as I want to blame Nuno and everything, I'm keeping the same energy as I did last year and the year before.
And
we have to look at this board, bro.
Do you know what I give you credit for? You said something. You were like, I'm not going to get too carried away with anything. I will give him a chance, but I have to give you credit. You did say, I know how this is probably going to end. And it's probably come a lot quicker than we thought.
100%.
But it's like, if you look at Premier League teams, right, in the Premier League, the 20 teams, how can Spurs keep getting this wrong?
No, but the thing about Spurs, right, and I think my thing is, maybe not you, because I actually think your views when it comes to Spurs are fairly balanced and blah, blah, blah. But I actually honestly think Spurs fans are quickly becoming the most deluded fans in the country. In all honesty, and when I say this, of course, people say, "Oh, United, Arsenal," because their voices are loud and stuff. But you look at Spurs, you look at your team. First of all, that's a team that hasn't changed much drastically in a while.
A few seasons. Yeah.
That's a team that Poch left at 14th. Jose Mourinho came in, couldn't improve that squad, couldn't really do much of that squad. Got sacked at a random time before the FA Cup final.
Carabao final. Yeah.
Very random time for him to get sacked. Then you bring in Nuno, who first and foremost Spurs said, we're going to have attacking football, whatever. You bring in Nuno, who's not even renowned for that, right? Then
Jose's cousin.
You don't sign an attacking player. You sign Gil, who's 20 years
prospect.
old. So he's not going to play. Then you sign no midfielder. Spurs fans truly believe this manager Nuno is the reason that this is going on. All this booing and all this stuff for him. I'm sitting there thinking, what do you expect him to do at this point? He's come into this club. You're not going to work
miracles.
Exactly. And then not only that, his best player does not want to play for the club.
Voila.
The second best player in this time of Poch to Thingy, Dele Alli, is a ghost. What is Nuno being able to work with?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, he's not a bad manager because I saw him do a very good job at Wolves. So I'm not going to now turn around and start saying that Nuno's rubbed, he's a dead manager. It's not like, you know, people can say Jose's finished or whatever because it's been a while of this. Nuno went from doing a fantastic job at Wolves to now drowning at Spurs and people saying he's a dead manager.
Bro,
but the situation at Spurs is finished.
Exactly.
I don't agree. Spurs fans are going to do this.
It's the toxic situation though that's been going on, and why I said even last year when I was saying like, yo, I don't think we should be getting rid of Jose and giving him more time. I said this situation is what needs fixing. You can change the manager. Guess what? You're now going to get the 17th choice because this situation hasn't improved any more than it did in the summer.
Bro, on what you said a while ago, I remember when you were saying that when you were doing the FM thing, you were like, let's get X amount for this player, X amount for this player, X amount for this player. And at the time, we said it's not feasible for a team like Spurs. That situation has only got worse. Like, if they need to get rid of dead wood and everything, it's going to be harder to flog these players now. Like, no one's proven any sort of value in that team. And now your highest asset that you could have got rid of this summer is not showing any value as well. So it's like, how do you make money? And then so I don't even want to go further, but your youth prospects are not like the best in the world as well. So
no, but the thing is, we for once actually have a couple, and I actually want to start seeing them get thrown in the mix. If we're saying we've got this much deadwood at the club, if we've got Skip, Ryan Sessegnon's completely in the wilderness. I'm seeing Ben Davies get a 7th run back in the team. Reguilon's off form. Cool, give me Sessegnon. Give me Scarlett. Give me Mark Ande, who's tearing up the under-23. Get the youngsters involved. This is the one issue I'm having with Nuno, is where I want to see some progression is if it's not going to work, you know, like when Conte came in at Chelsea, tried the 4-2-3-1. I said at Arsenal on THFC show, I said, now he should just switch back to his back three. What he was used to at Wolves, I said, you've got Dyer, Romero, Tanganga, Reguilon, Emerson will probably be better as wing backs. Højbjerg and Endom in the middle, Kane, Sonamora up top. Solutions there, I said, and you probably look more defensively solid. And you look at the United team yesterday, that's probably what worked for you. Yeah. So for me, I feel like I want to see a little bit of flexibility from Nuno to show that he's actually trying to adapt as well, and not just let the situation drown him. Because that's what I feel like is maybe happening a little bit now, where it's looking like, oh, he's way out of his depth. Yeah,
but you're very like balanced amongst those views, and you've kept that consistent mind from the jump from Jose that no, the players need to blah blah blah. You said all these stuff. I understand with Jose that people can say, as I said, there's a pattern of this happens and this happens. So I understand why they got rid of him. Maybe, as I said, random timing, but I understand. But what I don't like is what I'm talking about where it comes to the fans, and I'm seeing when they were booing him at the stadium. It's like, why do Spurs fans have this feeling that they are the divine right to be one of these clubs that, you know, look how quick they've turned on this guy. And it's like, Poch, yes, you had a decent time under Poch, but you didn't win anything.
Bro, do you know
you've seen a Carling Cup in 2008. Other than that, you haven't won since 1991.
Bro, do you know what the worst thing was? When
they go on like they're big. You're not that status of club to be booing after the manager and doing this, and you're not that club.
I've always said that we're not that big club like that. And do you know the worst thing is, you mentioned Poch there. Poch, you know, when he took over, up until November, he was 1 game away from getting sacked. His form was awful. So for me, I've always said,
give people
and
time.
when he took over, it was a similar situation where the whole squad needed an overhaul. You're going to have to give a manager at least, I said, up until January. I think the board will keep him anyway. I think all this talk about him getting sacked is all just to appease the fans or whatever. But I think they'll give him at least a minimum till January. Because at the minute, he's 3 points away from top 4. Conference League, I think we're 3rd, but we'll probably qualify.
Can I just go a quick one, bro? Because I want to get into the United side of it as well. And this probably relates. Player confidence, especially in those sort of situations. Because we're basically saying that the players are not performing at a level.
No.
And then there's that.
They're just not good enough players.
Yeah, but there's that.
They're not good enough.
So if the players are not good enough, but players are not taking ownership of that, and then you've got a manager that's struggling to get out of them.
Tactically, he hasn't got that now.
It's a very, very, very hard situation, because how do you then get confidence to those players? I don't want to go into Arsenal yet, but it's one thing I actually give Arteta ratings for, because he's gone through 2 very difficult spells, and somehow at Arsenal, he still managed to galvanize his players and be like, "Listen, I need you guys to do this and get somewhere."
For me, you got to give Nuno a summer. You've got to give him another summer. That is not. I'm sorry. The summer you guys just had is not a summer for a club that think they should be competing for anything.
Bro, we signed Gil, Romero, a substitute keeper, and a right back.
If anything, your fans, which they probably do. I don't know. I'm not in you lot space, but they shouldn't be booing. They should be doing everything at your board. Everything should be at your board. That reaction yesterday to Mora coming off. By the way,
I think,
when did Mora turn into a Ballon d'Or winner?
No. But what I will say was Mora was probably the most effective player going forward. So I can see the frustration with the Mora subject. When it's for Bergwijn as well, though, who's offered nothing for the best part of 18 months. It's no. But you're seeing Kane doing nothing, Son having a dead quiet game, Lascelles so useless. Yeah, it was a I don't think it was just the soul. Yeah, and it's direct. But for me, I agree with that. The focus should be on the board. Yeah. The director of football now, Paratici, you better be focused in January and clearing some of this more of this deadwood. In the short term, I also want to see Nuno switch this formation as well. Yeah. Get some more youth. Get some youngsters that are going to actually threaten these deadwoods to wake the fuck up.
Do you know what? It's tough. He's in a tough position because, as I said, he's in a tough position where two of your most influential players at the moment are useless. Your two, obviously, other than Son. So two of your most influential players in this great spell that Spurs have had are pretty much useless at the moment. That is very hard for him. He hasn't even got that Vinicius Donny to bring in.
I was going to say, the reason why it's even harder is because,
you
know, at some clubs,
because you're not scoring, but you're also conceding. So you can go to a back five to make you more effective,
you can't even make an example of someone like you said. You can't make an example of someone like Harry Kane. Be like, if you're not offering, I'm going to put you up because there's actually
there's no alternatives, bro. So you're almost forced to play these players even when they're on bad form. And
but you know, we could be here all day on Spurs. But you mentioned a formation change, and I want you to speak about that because it was something that was rumored that could potentially happen. The lineup itself, I know you laughed like 1,000 times, but just talk to me about the result and that side of it. And because the way I see it, I'll be honest, I respect that he said, you know what, something went wrong. Some people say it's cowardly, but I respect that he thought something went wrong. I need to address it. Whether it's the right way to address it or not, that can be discussed, but he changed something. And I know that Spurs team is the perfect opposition for United to play, but he tried something. What's your perspective as a United fan?
Look, it's good to win a match or whatever, but it's one of them ones where, like, I always talk about the word sustainable. You're not gonna that fucking team is not sustainable, bro. I'm sorry, that lineup that he played
combined centre-forward lineup of 70.
It's not a sustainable lineup, and it's funny because he had Sancho, Rashford, Greenwood, Lingard, Van der Beek, Bailly, and Henderson on the bench or whatever. A lot of them are youth players. Sancho, Van der Beek are his signings, by the way. 80 million, 40 million, just sitting on the bench, right? Mm-hmm. The lineup he went for was clearly a lineup for running and for graft. It's basically said the talent is going to be on the bench. And how I look at it, he's basically saying, you guys are the ones that I don't trust in these instances when it's backs against the wall. I need these guys, the experience. Now, why I find it funny is because Ollie is someone that speaks so much about DNA. When was the United DNA 5 at the back, first of all? This is why some fans don't want Conte. When was United DNA 5 at the back? When was United's DNA no pace, no young players, old players up top? When did that become United's DNA? So you've now gone completely against everything you said. Press, all this. We're not going to do that with that team. So everything you said you are and you represent as a Man United manager, you threw away for the Spurs game. Are you going to now stick doing that for the rest of your time in charge of Man United? You're probably not. What's going to happen is we could potentially get through this phase, maybe get through Atalanta, maybe get a draw against City or something along them lines. Then he'll go back to his back four and then he'll go tits up again. He's in survival mode.
I felt like
he's dashed those type players and he's like, these are my trusted men. But how long is it going to last? You can't play this lineup for the rest of the season. No. That lineup was shocking. And it was a bunch of technical ability on that team was terrible.
Bro.
The passing combinations was terrible. It's just because we played one of the worst teams in the league at the moment. And that's it.
We were probably the best opposition for you lot, and literally. But what I will say is for that game, I do feel like for the situation you lot are in now, he handled that perfectly. That's what a manager does. He relies on the experience. He defensively, you lot got battered last week. He said, I'm going to shore it up. You've got to give him some credit for that, at least, for situationally adapting to that. I think even though maybe most United fans would have not wanted to win this game for the bigger picture. But in reality, bro, like for what this game was, I thought he did the right job. Even though we were, as you say, perfect food.
Do you know it's United? Yeah, I feel like that battle was won, but they know that they've lost the war when it comes to Oli. They know that nothing's going to realistically change with him. They know that he is out of his remit. He can't do much. And like you said, when you've got sort of the next generation, these players that should be bedded into this team to make this team exciting. When you made all of these signings, this was not in summer when it was title charge. This was not the team you envisaged
at all.
So, and I think that's where most of the anger comes from, because it's like, hold on, you sold us a dream. You literally sold us a dream, and it's like, okay, we've won now, but we're not going to do anything this year.
I felt like
even with all that, you have to win your next game to stay in Champions League, right?
But no, well, in a way, not win, but
yeah, you have to do something.
Yeah.
So like, it's
the thing is, that's what I'm saying. It's full panic mode. That's a full panic mode 11, and okay, it got through Spurs. Spurs again, it was a good time to play against Spurs or whatever. Now let's see, is he going to keep that against Atalanta? Is he going to keep that against Man City? Because as I said, you just spent 80 million on a Jadon Sancho. You've already shown that your signing of Van der Beek hasn't gone well. Signing of Maguire, Meaty. Your signing of Jadon.
What's happened to Amadou Diallo?
Oh, he's injured at the moment.
Yeah, okay. He was supposed to go on loan,
Sancho's coming now. So if that's the formation that Man United do go forward with, where does Sancho fall into that?
Plays wing back like Sancho.
Doesn't wait,
like
Cho. He ain't got the explosiveness of Cho. He's gonna be on the bench. That's your £80 million signing. It's panic mode, and
all I'll say is though,
there's a lot of doom coming from
just
both
quickly
sides.
though, I do want to say that first goal from Cristiano.
Come on,
we
man,
gotta appreciate that, bro. World class. I think you tweeted it as well. RVP-esque. Yeah. That was almost from the shoulder. And Bruno, that's an inch perfect pass. Bro.
Do you know what
that's
that goal
reminded me? The only
of?
way we're gonna score.
You said he couldn't get in the City team.
Lobs into the you throw lobs to the bigs in the paint. We're gonna score.
And then second goal, he rolled back the years for the second one with the chops. I was like, yo, through ball. I said, hey.
Nah, credit to him, man. Credit to him. Ronaldo's gonna be Ronaldo. Just get him the ball. He'll score goals.
You've taken the words out of my mouth. I feel like with him, when he made this move, Ronaldo's about himself. Let's be real. Like it's about him. It's about what he can do. So each time he goes on the pitch, he has a point to prove that, okay, I am this guy and everything. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't surprise me when I see that. But as United, I don't know where United are going to go this season. I know Ronaldo. You know that I'm leaving here with something. Yeah. That's his Ronaldo to a T. He's always going to take something. Whether it's like top goal scorer, clutch moments, he's gonna have a highlight reel.
But if Oli runs with that formation now and relies on Ronaldo's brilliance, Bruno, which he's done for the past 18 months,
it's not sustainable. Not that formation.
But Bruno had sustained for 18 months. Now you add Ronaldo's inevitability to that. I can see that running to the end of the season.
You know what's funny? But it's weird because when you look at Bruno, for example, he was obviously scoring goals and stuff. Now he's not scoring. He's got one goal in a long time.
But now he's doing his best to create Ronaldo.
He's creating more chances, but a lot of them, obviously, because you've got someone like Ronaldo in the box, you're kind of just doing these chipped balls into the box and stuff. But for me, I think it's going to be interesting. Look, I've never, ever been against the 5 at the back formation. So it's not like I'm saying, I'm the one that's shouting, bring Conte in. That's what I want him to do. Get me some AFs, get me some thingy, and I'm eating. Bro, look what Tuchel's doing with that. They're running the league with that formation, you get me? So I'm good with that. But I'm just laughing at the contradiction. It's very like all these,
especially when you're gaslighting the fans. When you're gaslighting the fans,
When you're gaslighting the fans,
it's mad. It's mad to flip on it.
Man United way and DNA and Sir Alex
Fergie would never flip.
Bruv,
like
even
that.
Let's not even talk. About
I was gonna say,
let's not even talk about.
You see what I did?
I love that. I love that.
Oh, man.
Listen, United fans, they've been coming for Fergie this past week, you know.
Let's say what we have to open paper.
Godfather.
We've looked into his paperwork. He's looking a bit. One game I wanted to talk about, because all that conversation about top 6, top 7, everything, are two teams that kind of always are in that conversation, is Arsenal and Leicester, and they're in very different places at the moment. Obviously, that game happened. Arsenal now unbeaten since August.
7
unbeaten in 9 games.
We
9 games
into life. Just like we did you lot. What was it? 1 clean sheet in 21, and then we said, "Hey, here you go, brother.
Please." So, in terms of this,
we'll see you.
What did you guys learn from this game in particular? There's a few things that stood out for me. I think I mentioned it earlier about Arteta. Some way, somehow, Arsenal always hit this thing, and then after a while, he manages to get them somewhere where they can kind of operate. I'm not saying do sit, they just operate. Maybe they get decent fixtures, but they start looking defensively better. They start moving along. It's he gets away with it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Leicester. I'm looking at Rodgers. I'm looking at everything that's going on there.
Are
and
you
I'm
worried?
thinking to myself, I am a little bit. I am. I'm worried. Huh?
I'm not.
About Leicester?
No.
I'm not that worried.
Yes. Go on. I'll let you go first.
It's because I look at it and I think to myself, is he in a place where he's thinking? Because with Leicester, right, the aim is what, top 4?
To try to break. I think this season's top 4 break was harder than the last 2 seasons.
But what is if you start the season, what is the aim? To try and break top 4,
into top 4, but maintain top 6 status.
Like,
because people, as you just started the conversation, people are still questioning: are they top 6, 7? Are we going to extend it to 7? Nah, bro. For them, it's like, nah, we're going to solidify ourselves as a 3rd season as a top 6 team and try to break into.
I don't know if that challenge is like exhilarating enough for them now. Is what I think. Like
you think they're tired of it?
I think so. I'll be honest. Like because they can do that, but it's like, you know, when you're in that weird place where you can't push beyond, and you almost can't drop out.
Glass ceiling, the Spurs glass ceiling.
I feel like it might be that. I'll be honest. I feel like it might be that.
With what?
With Leicester. I feel like they're in this place where
the thing is,
breaking
into before 3 points off 5th.
No, I'm saying in general though. I'm just looking in terms of.
Quick.
I'm looking at in terms of like their whole like just Leicester.
You're looking at it in the
general.
grand scheme, but the way I saw it was
because the reason why I say it as well is, you know, when you make investment and then, you know, you get the new training facilities and all of this type of stuff and everything, it's like, okay, I know where you want to go to, but that's still a long road. You still need to sign a caliber of player to then do that, and I don't know.
It's been a nice smooth road for them though.
I feel like they're in this bit.
You have to have some hiccups.
Yeah.
Now they're going through a little bit of a hiccup, but for me, I felt like 2-3 weeks ago they got back-to-back wins before this, and I thought a big part of that
second half.
and I thought a big part of that was Rodgers
just
changing the tactics. So do you remember I said like switching to the back three? I think it's more comfortable. Yesterday, I thought Arsenal, they scored first 10 minutes from a set piece, and then a little chaotic in the box.
They did what they did.
After that, though, I was like, Leicester were comfortable within the game.
Very well.
And Ramsdale bailed them out, bro.
I tell you what, I tell you why as well. Do you remember? Again, it's not about heavily being stats, but in terms of Leicester, what was always said about Leicester is consistency. They were always in that top 4 sort of thing where they overperformed and they stayed there.
Previously, what they did, they led the race in 3rd place. This season, I think if United continue to drop points or whatever, as long as they're in and around it, they can still get that. So
maybe worrying is the wrong term. I just feel like
be panicking.
It's going to be from here on out in terms of where they want to get to. It's going to be a lot more turbulent. Is how I feel it.
The thing is that teams like Leicester, they've done well to be what they've done. They've won the Premier League. They won the FA Cup last season. They're in the Europa League now. It's now just like people are gonna now be like, okay, cool. So now they need to do this and do that and start challenging. Challenging for what? Challenging for leagues and
expectations.
Listen, for me, it's like at the end of the day, it always comes down to the teams that spend the most money are gonna be in the highest point of the season.
Business, isn't it?
That's just the way it is. If we keep Leicester, one season they might do it. Like one season they might get a 4th. Great on them. The next season it could be 8th. The next season, the teams, there's going to be so many teams that are just spending money and moving. That teams are going to be coming up and coming down and coming up and coming down. So I think what Leicester are doing right now is fine. Obviously they're 10th. It's not great. They're in the Europa League.
It's still early days in the season.
It's early days in the season.
I just feel like
I think. But for me, when you're talking about Arsenal, I think, bro. Remember, I think it was even at the start of their run. At the start of the run, I said, fully fit Arsenal might actually be a decent team. Their players are back. Now they've got their fully fit 11 going forward. All these games, Gabriel and White can form a partnership. Okay, Tierney's not playing. ESR's there.
Tavares is looking very good still.
Everyone is in their positions. Lokonga and Partey. They've got every partnership they need to grow is allowed to be grown right now because everyone is fit.
And you're seeing
the goalkeeper, of course, and you're seeing a decent.
Do you know what they're
team.
Massively benefiting from as well? No European football. The one fixture a week, and I said this last year, this is going to play a big factor for Arsenal this year, I think. I think them having, I said they would finish above us last season. This season, I wouldn't be surprised with that, especially if they can keep their squad fit, as you're saying.
What's the target for
them? What's that?
What's the target for Arsenal
top 6?
This season?
Just
Arsenal
can
get top 4. They can get top 4.
Well, it
they
depends.
Can get top 4.
It all depends on you.
Football team.
It all depends on you.
There we go.
It will all depend on United.
And at the moment,
United will if United leave the door open for Leicester and Arsenal, I reckon there's a race there.
If Arsenal played Man United tomorrow,
can I ask West Ham fit
United?
West Ham, I feel like that. I think West Ham have done wicked over the last 2 years. I think what Moyes has done as well, but I think Europe will get them at some point.
They're winning.
I think now they've.
Do you reckon?
Are they winning now?
Do you reckon it will get? Yeah. Do you reckon it will get? Do you reckon it will get? No, because you're talking about. Don't worry. You're talking about the league. You're talking about the season.
Goal and assist.
Declan Rice.
Declan Jollof.
I won't say too
the
much.
boy.
Declan Jollof. But
unstoppable.
The reason why I'm saying it is because Leicester have European football as well to contend with.
Yeah,
you guys technically. I don't know where you see you guys.
Leicester in the Champions League race could be hurt by that as well. But I don't know. I'll be surprised if West Ham, because I thought they did really well last year to even, what was it, like game 33, game 34, they were still in the race and then they finally dropped out. They might do the same thing again. And that's an incredible season, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
West Ham, 2 years ago, we're looking at mid-table to relegation zone finishes, and now we're talking about Champions League spots.
Yeah. I mean, you've got
crazy.
The thing is, I said it, like, look, we've slandered Arteta on this channel.
We got to give him some juice.
Done all of that
7
type of
games
stuff,
now unbeaten.
9 in all comps.
Look, the thing is, the good indication of if a manager's doing something correct, is one, how do the players want to play for them? It looks like it.
I'm seeing team celebrations.
And not even only that, bro. Look at his signings. Lokonga has slotted in pretty well. White so far has done okay. Gabriel was a good signing. Ramsdale was a good signing, it looks like, so far. So he's actually getting some of his recruitment right. Everyone laughed at White. I didn't. But everyone laughed at Ramsdale. I did. Everyone, loads of people laughed at some of these signings. And they're starting out Nuno Tavares. Like, where did Donny come from?
I like him. He's a funny guy.
Exactly. So why is this not encouragement? Okay, Odegaard, ESR is keeping him out of the team and stuff. But is this not encouragement that if you were to give him another summer with a bit of money, that he won't get it right? Possibly. He could get it right.
What are you saying? Trust the process then.
Trust the process.
Think with Arsenal,
give him another summer.
They always go through this thing where they'll go through a nice spell of form like now, and then will come another rough patch. And then it'll be like backs against the wall. It's a similar thing with Ollie. Can it be sustained? Can it be sustained type of thing? For me, I think the biggest benefit they have this year is a no European football. So Arteta should be able to sustain it. I'll be surprised now if they kind of go through like a rocky patch. His next game is his
100th game, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's a trophy to his name, so he's smiling.
They've got reasons to trust the process, I would say. So for me,
they have
stick with it till
replace.
At least
Eventually,
the
they're gonna have
season.
to replace Arba because of his age. What's going on with Lacazette, you don't know, but the confidence that he's given ESR to come through, break through, and do what he's doing. Saka, he's not been as on top form as he was maybe the other seasons, but he's still out there. Pepe, now Pepe's not a starter.
Well,
no wasting time.
There's no pressure.
He's doing his thing, bro.
That is the one I wanted to highlight, because ultimately, that was a big signing, right? And he said, listen,
that wasn't Arteta signing.
I don't know, but it was a big signing at Arsenal. It was 80 mil, whatever it was. He's like, no. Saka's gonna play on the right wing now. That's him making the bold decision, saying that, I've seen enough.
You're a squad player.
There you go. And it's like, I've got to respect that, because that's the club's record signing. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to do. So no, credit where it's due. Title race. Weekend was very interesting, because all the games that's happening at the same time. So
we literally asked last week who's gonna have the first banana slip.
Yep.
And then Liverpool.
Well, City. Man said Liverpool. City.
No. Liverpool. Oh, City as well. Yeah,
City had the banana. Liverpool were like, okay. City had the banana slip.
Went 2 up, man. I was like, yo, they got this.
City had the banana slip. So what's our thoughts on title race now after that sort of, no, it's just one game week?
Well, I said Chelsea
what
were favourites for the title. For me, I think they're still in the driving seat with Lukaku still to come back as well.
I feel like we're in a very good position. I said that we'd win it, and I just feel like you mentioned attacking fullbacks. What I'm happy with is no matter what you say about our attacking output from our forwards and everything, we are finding ways to do what needs to be done. And it's like the team is still developing.
This new inverted
what is this
fullback.
Team is still developing thing you keep saying?
Because it's like
this is a team that won the Champions League. But this is a team. I'm confused. What do you mean by
it's a team?
You didn't have an overhaul of signings.
No, but as in like we've signed Lukaku.
No, but honestly, what does the team is developing mean?
Lukaku, we've signed the centre forward in Lukaku.
That's it.
No, but what I'm saying is we haven't fitted him in. We still haven't fitted him.
That's what team is developing, guys.
Whoa, look at this. No, because for me,
but you're saying developing as in going. So I'm saying in terms of where this team is, the actual team, we still haven't seen the maximum potential of this squad.
I don't think we have.
When we won the Champions League...
Have you seen maximum potential Chelsea,
when we won the Champions League,
they won the Champions League.
No, but you can't just say the accolade, because when
with
we won
Lukaku included,
because when we won it, you said that we're one of you said it was one of the worst Champions League wins. That's what you said. You said it was the worst Champions League win when we won.
What's the worst Champions League win?
The Chelsea one.
You said it was the worst.
I can't even remember saying that.
Yeah,
no, you can't remember.
You said the competition was weak. I get what you're saying. Well, European champions.
This developing thing is making it like Liverpool and City are ahead of their cycle of you guys. No,
I'm not talking in comparison.
I don't get what development. Lukaku, it does not mean you guys as a team are developing. You're an established football team. This is you guys.
No, I get what you're saying.
I think the 2 points, because what I'm saying is in terms of the players, the profiles, there's still so much more to come from this team. I still haven't seen it yet. I still haven't seen the best this team
How
can
long's
be.
Tuchel been in charge?
It's a year in January.
So this is Chelsea then.
But
This is Chelsea. It's been a year.
Nah, there's still more.
Hold on. Wait a
There's more to
second.
come.
Hold on. How
There's
long
more
does
to
it
come.
take for you to understand what a football club is?
There's more to come.
And the manager's philosophy
more
and
to
what
come.
manager...
Do you feel like
You can have a
Lukaku's been
philosophy and
fully
still
fit
be
into
getting
this
more of
team?
your
Say
team.
there's more to come for anything. There's more to come for City. They need to go win the Champions League. There's more to come for Liverpool. They need to go back and win the Premier
about
League.
specifically
What do you mean there's
accolades.
more
I'm
to
not talking
come?
about accolades. I'm talking about a fully firing Lukaku. I ain't seen a fully firing Lukaku.
So just say Lukaku.
It's
Don't
not
say
just
Chelsea.
Lukaku.
Say
Havertz is
Lukaku.
wrong.
How many
Just say
cases
Lukaku.
I've
Chelsea.
How many cases
countless
Havertz?
times though.
How many
you need to
forward-
build
we
a
don't even know
team
who the
around
forwards are.
Lukaku.
I don't even know like who our main forwards
It's been a
are.
year. You're saying it as if like Havertz just came in, Ziyech just came in. If I was hearing developing when you guys had Frank Lampard or when Tuchel first came in, then I would say you guys are a developing team. You've had Tuchel for a year. You won the Champions League. You're currently sitting top of the table. And you're telling me your team is developing because you have Romelu Lukaku.
No, I feel there's more to come.
You're ready,
I feel there's
primed.
more to come.
This is Chelsea.
No, I still think that's what
no.
you think. I still think there's more to come from this team.
Yeah, but
There is.
There's more to come from every
Because you
team,
need
bro,
to
man.
fit
them.
Lukaku in. Since Lukaku signed, he's not fully been integrated.
All right,
into
there's more
this
to
team.
come
Let's be
from
real.
there's more to
Right?
come
No.
from City because they signed Jack Grealish. There's more
Lukaku,
to come from Liverpool
and
because they
we've
signed
said how many
Is that
times
what you man are saying?
Lukaku. You're not listening.
Is that what you man saying?
Relax.
All right,
relax,
go on.
relax.
Go on.
Because usually we've always said to get the best out of Lukaku, a team has to play to him, right? Do we not agree on that?
Go on.
Yeah. So Chelsea, have they done that? They've had him for what, 2-3 months now? They haven't been able to do that. He's been out injured how many games now? He's got to come back in. I feel like once they fully get the best out of Lukaku, that's when you've seen the final version of the team that Tuchel's developed over the last year, you're saying, with that Lukaku. That's a 98 million signing, bro. That's going to add something to your team. So you have to accept that putting him into the best position of that team, that's part of the development. Right. Is that not?
So is that the same thing for City and Grealish?
No.
Why?
What do you mean? Is it the same for City and Grealish?
That's $100 million signing.
Grealish was not a missing piece for Man City. Grealish was not a missing piece. Grealish was not a missing piece for Man City. I hate to tell you, Lukaku was a missing. Did Chelsea need a striker last year, Mace? Did Chelsea fan? Did Chelsea need a striker last year?
My point last year was if we've got clean sheets,
you're a great
Grealish was luxury. Lukaku was necessity.
All right. Are Liverpool with Konate? You know, Konate has been integrated in the team now. Are they ready to challenge?
He's a luxury of
options. Are they developing?
He's not a necessity.
I love where people are
when it's a necessity, you've got to integrate that.
End of last season, that Chelsea are ready, and this is
they are. No one's disputing that. No one's disputing that.
I don't like this development. I know how it goes.
Did I not say we're going to win the league?
Because if it doesn't go right, they'll say, you know what, Tuchel's still only.
I came in.
No, there's no running.
Lukaku didn't develop.
There's no running.
I said we're going to win the league.
There's no running. Yeah, he said that.
I'm just
reiterating. We're going forward.
I'm just reiterating, just massaging that in.
Our defenders are scoring more goals than our attackers. There's still more to come from this team.
I think there's more to come from every team.
I don't think it's a hard construct to understand.
I'm just saying I think it's a blank statement. Because there's more to come from every team.
I don't think it is. If I came and I said, by signing a striker, you get more goals and your clean sheets are going to be there. But I'm not seeing goals from our forwards. Which Chelsea forward is firing properly?
Bruv, you don't start playing your fullbacks.
No, but tell me. What
do you mean?
What Chelsea forward?
I'm the one that said that. I said that from 2 weeks ago. I said that.
No, but what Chelsea forward is like, oh my gosh, you know what? Okay, it's clicking.
So you're saying with the fullback scoring the 90% of the goals,
we don't need
they still don't need to integrate a striker.
I didn't even once say that. But can I go back?
No,
but hold on. No, but you guys are not getting what I'm saying because he's saying the word developing, right?
You took that and fucking ran with it.
No, because he's saying the word developing. What I'm saying is, this is an indication that in this year of Thomas Tuchel, this has been what Chelsea did, and this is how Chelsea got success. Jorginho was their top scorer, Tammy, whatever it was. That is how they got success. Now you're saying
I think there's more to come.
You're saying our attacking players are not scoring goals and stuff, but and you said the word developing. But what I'm saying is, how you know that's just not Tuchel and Chelsea? It's been a year of evidence that your forwards don't score goals. And you won that way. And your defenders are now got you top of the table. And you don't sign a 90-minute striker. Do you know what Tuchel is? He doesn't concede goals. That's what he is. You should be talking about that. But you're saying, oh, because of what
that has been spoken of, that we have championed that to a T. We've spoken about that.
So when he
goes and he signs a marquee signing as a striker, I know that he hasn't signed Lukaku just be there. We want goals.
We want to eat, but I still want my goals to come from my defenders.
We want to eat. That's why he signed him.
I'm saying this is Tuchel ball. That's all I'm saying.
In full effect.
But clearly. But what I'm saying is, of course, anyone can. Of course, you need Lukaku to score goals. You need Ronaldo to score goals. You need whoever and whatever team to score goals. But what I'm saying is, when you're saying we're a team that's developing, I'm saying, but this is probably most likely Chelsea.
No, I understand what you're saying. Chelsea. I think you're looking at the developing word.
Scoring, for example, if Lukaku starts scoring, it might be how Reece James is scoring goals or Chilwell is scoring goals or whatever. What I'm saying is Chelsea are still going to be that team where one goal could win you a game because you're going to be solid.
No, guaranteed. That's our heritage.
If Lukaku scores it, which is great, it's not really going to be much of a difference. It's not. I don't see it being, for example, Lukaku starts getting in 30 goals a season, but Reece James is still getting you that. Chilwell is still getting you that. I don't see Tuchel's football like that. Do you get where I'm coming from?
No,
I don't see that.
I understand.
So when you say developing, I'm like, it's not making much difference. This is going to be Chelsea's level.
But I'm saying we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that.
You're not gonna see it.
I feel
we'll
get
into that.
So if it happens later on,
we're
gonna rewind these tapes. We're gonna rewind these tapes.
We know why you're saying. You know why you're going after that.
Lukaku try. Listen, come back, boy. Come back, boy. There's 7 games. You're trying to run now. You were good 7 games ago, though, ain't it? Come back, boy.
So that was all because.
But let me ask you a question. Sub-question. Camera. Production, bring that camera.
Here's the question, bro.
I got a question for you. No, for everyone.
Go on.
Have Reece James and Ben Chilwell now replaced Trent and Robbo as the best fullback pairing in the Premier League?
No.
It's about consistency. I think it's too early to just say it. It's about consistency.
Thank you.
I think for me, it's all about consistency. The
one
thing I'll say,
Robbo,
I get
Liverpool
that.
fans want Tsimikas starting now.
Well, he was.
Tsimikas.
It was
his name. Tsimikas.
Even he's right. He's actually.
Come on, man.
Hey, you know what? Foreign name. Culture Cam's got it right. No, but he got cooked for one of the goals yesterday as well.
It's about consistency. It's about consistency.
Go for it.
Like, we have to keep seeing it. And don't get me wrong, it's great that Chilwell started the season well. It's great that Reece James is doing more of the wing stuff.
No, but bro,
doing the wing stuff. He's the top goal scorer and everything. But again, you cannot forget that what Trent and Robbo did for that stretch, for that long, for that setting the standard of what they did.
We were talking.
We were saying that
assist numbers.
We were saying that they've
revolutionized
the fullback. Do you get where I'm coming from? So it's that we have to see over. Don't get me wrong.
Sometimes the student becomes the master eventually.
Of course. But they have to pass the exam. They have to pass the exam.
Yeah, but listen, you can pass the year 9 mocks. Yeah, 11 GCSEs are waiting.
It's a different thing.
And
I know the Champions League. I know you was coming. But here's the thing. Are you forgetting right before this 4-5 spell for Chilwell, we were literally having a discussion of, where's Chilwell gone? Where's Chilwell gone? Except you, of course, because you're a fanboy. But everyone was asking where Chilwell fell off.
Only just been taken out.
There you go.
Alonso
was balling.
Chilwell was going through a bit.
Man, we're asking if he's a Chelsea legend.
You can't.
He was going through mental issues. He was upset with the England situation. Hey, like Mello, innit? Hey.
The way Reece James was taking them shots here, it's like he's angry that his sister's not starting for Chelsea. Women's, you know? Man was clotting the ball.
Nah, what? Even the celebrations are class.
Yeah. But
I think they might be, you know. I
don't know.
Time moves on.
100%, but I don't want to say something just for the sake of saying
when
that.
We say time moves on,
because now that's Chelsea. Do you know why? Yeah. At that point when we're talking, by the way, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I don't. It's still. I get what you're saying.
The reason why you're saying it is because at the time when they were doing it, that was the pivotal thing of what made Liverpool.
Now it doesn't.
Makes Chelsea. I get you.
Thank you.
I get you. I get why you're saying it, but I feel
they're
like
the most important fullback pairing in the league.
Robertson's only 27, Trent's still only 21. Bruv, they ain't
and then how old is Chilwell and how is RJ?
Yeah, I get it. They will be around the same time. So this debate, what I'll say is, this won't be the first time we have it.
I'm watching his legs.
What I'm gonna say to you is
Scottish enough.
Before we go to jump it up, what I was gonna say is we were talking about Trent in the City game the other day.
Yeah.
High leverage game.
Talk about City fucking losing.
Mad performances. Do you get what I'm coming from? In terms of not only are they doing it consistency, they're doing it in these mad sort of arenas.
Who's that?
When we're seeing Trent and not Robbo recently, but Trent is
That's
still
what I'm saying. Trent is.
So wait, he's holding up there. He's
holding
holding up.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't spoke Robbo in a minute, man. Them.
The right side of that pitch.
Exactly.
Hey, the balance ain't there no more.
That's what I'm saying. We're saying a lot of Trent. I ain't been hearing Trent and Robbo in a minute. I'm hearing RJ and Chillers.
We're saying what?
You hear me? That's what I'm saying.
They need a young substitution on them sides there.
Hey, pending cases. Pending cases.
Oh man, but yeah, City lost to Palace very quickly because I know we haven't got much time.
They can even be moved into the champs of the week, Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
to go away to the Etihad and win 2-0. Vieira, for me, has been very unlucky in a lot of their games.
They should have a lot more wins.
They could potentially be, around where Man United are. Bro.
Team.
Where are they now? They're 11th. Like, so I'm just, they wouldn't even be that many points off. So what Palace, they've had 2 games where teams have scored against them very late. Arsenal did it as well. Yeah. I think they might be cooking something.
Undid them.
Do you know what?
They're a team that everyone wants to watch now. Remember when nobody wanted to watch Palace under Roy Hodgson, but now Elise, Eze coming back, Gallagher,
Zaha's come back into the fold. I was gonna say the reason why because everyone always talks about Zaha's temperament, right? Got to give him respect. You got to give him respect.
Big bad.
He did a number on City.
You got to give him respect.
He did a number on City. Are you dumb?
You see half time?
You got 3 man booked and 1 man.
You see half time?
Are you dumb?
Them man were hot.
They
were hot.
That's what it's about.
And the reason why I found it funny was because the week before we were saying when Pep gets into this funny mood, it's mad. You know, he starts going, Sky, let me tell you something. Pointing to the thing. Vieira came back to see it and said, bro, this is the Premier League. I've been doing this for a long time.
Vieira looked at Pep and said, "Oh, we were both CM box, but DM." Listen, there's levels to this. I was a big dog. You get me? Let me just show you something on the pitch. So over here as well. But you know what? Zaha though, man,
credit where it's
due,
man.
I ain't gonna lie. In the last year or so, I think he's been mad
last
quality,
year,
fam.
I said there was a stat I saw, bro, where it said most influential players in the final third over the last decade in the whole of Europe. Zaha was in the top 10, bro. In
terms of what,
in terms of creativity, touches, creating big chances, and you're thinking, there's Messi, you're seeing Hazard, Zaha for Palace, bro. Second half relegation team playing ugly football. You have to give him credit for what he's done there, man.
Like carry jobs. I don't want to use the word that he's carrying them, but you know when you hear carry jobs, there's always somebody that might come each year. Defoe had something, Grealish, this. Yeah. But Zaha has literally been having to put a club on his shoulders for like 5 seasons.
But even like what I wanted to highlight about him is you have to remember, Zaha was this tricky winger, No one ever talks about it. Remember, Zaha became a centre forward,
bro, a 9.
He became, but
bro,
even now,
do anything for Palace.
And it's the fact that, remember the whole thing about, was it Pepe or him thing? He still showed up to work, did what he needs to do. He's
Harry Kane, take notes, because you know what? They character assassinated Zaha by saying he doesn't want to be it. Have the same energy for Harry Kane.
That's all I have to say. So
you get me? Because he's still out there doing his thing.
Is that a champ? Is that a champ for Zaha and Palace then? Yeah,
just Zaha,
Palace.
Dud for Laporte, getting the red card, then the stupidness for the first goal as well.
Stones
definitely.
Stones was licking his lips, but Stones was
like, red card.
I'm back.
Like, why was I not even?
Stones was like, I'm back. Was there any other duds I saw this week?
I forgot to even touch them. See, Liverpool fans will say we don't touch them when they're winning, but listen, sometimes you didn't even win this week. Couldn't even touch them this time. But yeah, Liverpool's defense.
I think
we're watching. But, you know, another episode.
Newcastle on the sly. I can't lie.
What are you saying? Championship billionaires.
I can't lie.
Billionaire boys
they
club.
can't get relegated, you know.
Don't worry, man. January's coming, boys. January's coming.
We're saying a Cardi or something.
I'm telling you. They're going to cook something
on that bombshell. Listen, that's the episode, but they can't afford to get relegated. You know that, right?
Nah.
They cannot afford. Actually, I'm so sorry. My champ of the week is, I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Is it Cornet?
What about Mwepu? Mwepu with that bad boy goal.
Cornet has been spazzing out at Burnley, boy. He's the
only black man in Burnley.
He has been spazzing out. He said what? I thought,
All of
you
a
know
sudden,
what? Play.
Every John in Burnley like black men now.
Bro.
Listen, on that bombshell.
He's left wing back
You know,
at
he's
Leon to
eating
up
on the
front at
stove.
Burnley.
He's drinking milk.
That's another episode. Listen, like, share, subscribe, hit us up, follow the individuals. We're out.